Welcome back, everyone, to another Frostborn commentary-ish styled video. And it's about Frostborn's state on YouTube going forward. I know this video is definitely a little different. It's a topic that I'm actually very interested to talk about, but I'm not sure how well it'll go over as an actual video idea, and it's very different from my usual video ideas on a topic I really haven't ever talked about before, Frostborn YouTube. So I'm going to hopefully give this a shot. Let me know all of your thoughts down below, whether you like these kinds of videos, whether you just like talking about Frostborn YouTube or just YouTube in general, because I find the topic really interesting, especially on the creator side, especially on the viewer side. I don't know, I always find it very interesting to get a little bit of insight on the behind the scenes. But first, if you could check if you're not already subscribed, trying to hit a goal of 25K this summer. Hopefully, is it possible? I don't know, but you really only know one way to find out, right? Also, if you could, consider joining my Discord. The link is on the screen right now. Pop in, we have some Frostborn channels. Talk about Frostborn occasionally, new stuff coming hopefully soon there. I guess first and foremost, there's a certain feel of Frostborn YouTube that I like a lot more than Last Day on Earth YouTube. It is very different than Last Day on Earth YouTube. You really can't go into Frostborn YouTube expecting to play the same strategies you played in LDU YouTube to Frostborn YouTube. They're very different. What works in one doesn't necessarily work in the other, and that's part of the reason why I like it. Now, there are two really big categories of Frostborn YouTube that I've kind of picked up on. There's JCF and everybody else. I'm going to talk a lot more about JCF's category in possibly a future video, but JCF has definitely done some stuff with Frostborn. I will say that. He has definitely revolutionized Frostborn, but that is another video entirely. Here I'm more to talk about the everyone else category and that kind of content that comes along with it. Basically what I'm talking about are Frostborn montages. There's really only one other type, that being the everyone else category, and that is Frostborn montages. So Frostborn montages are essentially what Frostborn YouTube is, and I find that really interesting. As someone trying to go into the genre, I don't really see myself as a montage type creator. I mean, I used to be, but I don't see myself working well with that with Frostborn. But it feels like everywhere you turn onto Frostborn YouTube, montages are the go-to stuff, and montages, without a doubt, are successful. But what I want to do is take a step deeper into that. The thing about Frostborn montages is no Frostborn 2 montages are going to be the same. So regardless if I'm watching the same dude PvP with the same class, with the same gear again and again and again, no video is going to be the exact same copy-paste. And that is a definite change from the Last Day on Earth thing. Frankly, with Last Day on Earth, I feel like every video is the same copy-paste, copy-paste. With Frostborn, though, you can have the exact same getup as somebody else. You can have the exact same class, the exact same gear, or even go into the exact same zones, and your fight will be the complete opposite or something very, very different from what another Frostborn creator would get. And I find that really fascinating. Now, originally right here, I had a segment for 3 to 4 minutes, which essentially talked about raiding and how that affected both of these games' landscapes. For example, with Frostborn, when you raid, you're actually fighting people, whereas Last Day on Earth, when you raid, every single base you will find on YouTube is the exact same copy of the base with the exact same stuff. It's the exact same thing. But I realized that kind of goes against the point of what I'm trying to say in this video. The point of what I'm trying to make in this video is not that Frostborn good, LDOE bad. It's not to take shots at Last Day on Earth and put Frostborn up on some virtual pedestal. My intention is just to take a look at what kind of culture both of these games have, what changes these games do in-game, and how that ultimately affects the YouTube scene. And so I feel like that's important to really reflect on and to take note of. With Last Day on Earth YouTube, I feel like it's kind of just run its course almost. Last Day on Earth YouTube is literally a fist fight and a mad dash to be first, to get the new stuff first, to do this first, and it's not about enjoying the content so much as it is being the first one to show it off. And that's the difference of what I feel like is in Frostborn. Yes, there are some overlapping elements where you want the new stuff first, but with Frostborn I find there's a lot more nuance to it. with Frostborn, take the new class for instance. Yeah, someone like me might have the class earlier, but someone else might be able to PvP better with the class. Someone else might be able to get into the little cracks of what this class actually does. And that's what I feel like is really lacking in Last Dinner with YouTube. It's just the mad dash is not there when it comes to Frostborn YouTube. And that's something I really miss. Maybe I'm just blindsided and very tired of the same old repeating mad dash pattern, which has really been going on for 2 years at this point. But who really knows? Again, to reiterate, my intention is not to say Frostborn good on a pedestal, LDOE bad, they've messed up too much. That's not my intention with this video. My intention with this video is to figure out what kind of culture each of these games bring onto YouTube and how that ultimately affects things onto YouTube. And I feel like I might have been able to touch on that in this video. Obviously, there's a lot more detail I can go into and what I would like to explore into. But again, I'm just using this video as kind of a test pilot to see, are people interested in the behind the scenes stuff? I know for sure I am whenever I go to another game type, but I don't know. Let me know all of that down below. Subscribe, ZD out.